Oh my gosh. So first of all, it is a beautiful freaking day out. Absolutely gorgeous. So many things are happening at once. One, Wink sat on my lap like a lap cat. I came outside, I sat down on our outdoor chair, I picked him up so he's not jumping up on his own yet, but that'll come. And he sat on my lap for like 10 minutes and was purring, and I wasn't holding him there. Like he could go at any time, and he's a lap cat. It was incredible. Second thing, 3 days ago, I think on a Tuesday, I contacted my endometriosis doctor and I was like, hey, I'm on a couple of these other meds. I'm on an inhaler and I'm on another med that I've looked up, I've researched, and it says that there are possible interactions with the injection medication for endometriosis that I was supposed to get today. And they were like, you know what, you're right. The doctor wants you to contact your GI doctor to figure out if you can go off that med because you shouldn't even be on this other med. Not the inhaler. The inhaler was okay because I just take that as needed, which is not very often. But the other med I had to go off of. So contacted my GI doctor. She responded. It's literally noon. My injection appointment is at 1. And she just responded saying, yep, it's okay, you can go off it. Like literally all day yesterday I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to get the injection. Like she's not gonna be able to respond in time because I messaged her yesterday about it. Like the timeline has just been insane. And she finally, she responded. I'm so grateful. Not finally, I mean, it's been like less than 24 hours. She responded, and I'm going to get the endometriosis injection. It's called an injection, but it's basically an implant. They're like literally implanting a tiny capsule into my stomach that will have to be replaced every month. So yeah, it basically dissolves over that month. I'm really nervous. I have a lot of like nervous energy. I definitely feel like I'm in the fight or flight still. So it's happening. And there are so many side effects that I've read. Like people were either like, this is a miracle drug or this was the drug from hell. I'm also nervous because you can't just stop taking it. It's not an oral med that you can just stop taking. When I had the side effects for my Fembry that gave me suicidal, like intrusive thoughts for 48 hours, I stopped it, and the half-life was still 48 hours to get out of my system. So I'm really nervous because you can't even do that once it's in, like it's implanted. So very nervous. Sorry if you can hear the wind, but it's happening. So I'm gonna take you along on the journey, not like showing them implanting it or anything, but just I'm gonna try to be better about documenting the process and not just like afterward what happens. So fingers crossed. I'm so nervous. Let's go get our first endometriosis injection implant thingy. All right, let's do this. All right, I am home with my mask lines. So did the injection. They basically take lidocaine and inject it once kind of around the top. Then they take another needle and they inject it deeper. Then they take this big honking needle that was quite large and they inject it in, and then there's like a release thing on it. It's like spring loaded or something, and then that injects it like all the way into you. So this is what my bandage looks like. So it is quite a large bandage. So I'm gonna take it off and see what it looks like. All right, I forgot. They also put iodine on first for like, yeah, just like kill any bacteria and everything. So, all right, I took the outside part off. So let's yank the rest off, which I'm nervous about, but let's do this. All right, let's do this. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Ouch. I feel like I pinched my own self. Okay, well, definitely did bleed some. And right after they did it, it was like squirting blood. All right, well, looks like it has stopped bleeding. So I'm gonna wash it up and that'll be good. All right, so cleaned it up. The iodine comes off blue. Was not expecting that, but this is what it looks like. So definitely reacting right here a bit to the adhesive, which I knew was gonna happen. But yeah, this is the little hole. I probably will have a little scar from it, but maybe that'll heal up. So that's where we're at right now. I also wanted to mention I did feel the lidocaine a little bit in my mouth. I don't know if that's normal, but like it almost numbed my mouth a little bit. I'm gonna have to Google that to see if that's normal, because I'm like kind of hyper aware of my body and my symptoms to try figuring out like, am I having any reactions? Am I having any side effects? Yada, yada, yada. So we'll see. This is day 1 of this implant. So it is basically an implant. We'll see how this goes. But also, I'm not sure I mentioned this before, this implant also treats the 3 things it treats, right? It treats endometriosis, and it treats prostate cancer, and it treats breast cancer. So it is very, very intense, and it will shrink cancerous tumors, and it will shrink endometrial tissue. So it's pretty intense on your body. So we'll see. Fingers crossed that I don't have any bad side effects, or if I do have any side effects, they are very minimal. All right, so I'm still so keyed up on just adrenaline and nervous energy, but just sitting outside, trying to rest, trying to come down from it a little bit. My stomach is still very much numbed. Like I just poked at the skin and it was like, can't really feel that. However, it's getting really sore and kind of painful around the area. So I can feel it, but the skin itself was numb. So I don't know, but it is really starting to get kind of sore and painful feeling. So just keeping an eye on that. But I mean, I was poked by 3 different needles, 2 of them lidocaine, 1 of them the actual implant. So, you know, it is what it is, but just keeping an eye on it and trying to absorb the beautiful day outside. I didn't remember how much being outside improves my mood when it's not too cold, because really cold or damp weather makes my joints really hurt. So I need it to be sunny and at least a little warm, and my mood just like skyrockets. It's amazing. So really trying to appreciate it for sure. I'm here with my son. Look at how cute he is. Aww. My son and one of my other grown-up daughters. Yeah, it's crazy how far they have come for Aurora to sleep on the same couch as even just one of the kittens. Yesterday, I'll insert a picture here, they were actually touching and they were all on my lap, and I was absolutely flabbergasted. So I wanted to give a little update. It's been 5 days since I got my injection, and I wanted to give an update from that day till now and the kind of symptoms that I've started having as side effects from it, I'm assuming, because I haven't changed anything else. So the biggest one on the day of, later in the day after I stopped filming, was I just felt like the lidocaine made my mouth so numb that I was actually slurring my words, which sounds crazy. And I don't know if that means that like just lidocaine hits my body harder than other people, or maybe I'm a little allergic to it. Like, I have no idea what that means, but that was my personal experience with it. It was like, as I was talking later in the day, I was like, wow, I'm literally slurring my words because my mouth feels so numb. So that was a wild experience. Since then, I've had a lot of bruising in the area. I mean, it's been 5 days and it's still very bruised looking. The area now has a little bump, I think, where they injected it. And I'll insert a picture here of the bruising and of the little bump, and it's starting to get itchy. So really the whole area was not itchy, which I was incredibly grateful for and didn't expect to happen. I was expecting a lot of itchiness like the first day or a couple days. And really yesterday is when it actually started getting itchy. And the bump, honestly, I've started noticing. I didn't notice that the first couple days, so I don't know if it was there and I just didn't notice it, or if it now is a bump, and it looks red. It's like kind of red looking and irritated and itchy. So I might need to contact my doctor about that. We'll see how it looks tomorrow. But yeah, kind of concerning. So I have no idea what that means. I really don't know. And then I've also just had a lot of increased sweating. So my doctor said, like, you're gonna get hot flashes, but actually my hands have been the biggest thing that's been sweating. Like, it's almost hard to hold things sometimes because my hands are sweating so much, which doesn't feel great. And then even beyond that, even just sitting here, just resting, not even talking to the vlog camera or to like my mom or to anyone, I will be sweating. And so that sucks. So I'm definitely having increased sweating and have to change my shirt multiple times in a day, because I think the hormones are just so crazy, so wacky, that it just changes everything. And that really sucks. Definitely my stomach area is still sore as well. I forgot to mention that earlier. I don't know actually, because we did also have to stop the GI med right before I started the implant injection. So my whole stomach doesn't feel great. And it's like hard to know, like, okay, is this the amitriptyline, not helping my IBS and stuff like that? Or is it still really just sore at the injection site and just kind of radiating out from that? Not really sure, but I've had also lower back pain on my lower right hand side. And I did get the injection on the right side of my body. So that's weird. And that's been hurting a little bit at night and just during the day as well. And then also falling asleep at night has been so much more difficult. And it could be two things, or it could just be the injection. One, it could be that I just definitely got back in the fight or flight fully on Friday, because I just had so much nervous energy. I was so, just not sure how it was going to go. I didn't know until an hour before, am I even getting it today? So the rest of that day, I was just so jittery and just had all this nervous energy. Then the next day, I had plans, and also the following day. And so it was a very full weekend. And so I was very much in the fight or flight. So hopefully this week, I don't have as many plans. So just some doctor's appointments, really. I'm hoping that I can fully come out of the fight or flight. But I think it really is wiring me at night, because I will be so exhausted. I'll be so tired. I can't even look at my phone. My eyes will just start closing. And yet I will lay in bed and not be able to fall asleep for 2 or 3 hours. And it was after 3 a.m. last night. And then baby came running up to my room. Normally I sleep with the door closed and she's not allowed in, because she's actually really usually not disruptive and she's usually really good, but she came running into my room and she wanted to tell me something, and she just started meowing, and I had to kick her out. But then I was awake from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. and then it was really hard to sleep again. So sleeping has been really difficult and very frustrating. And so I'm hoping that doesn't last forever, but it might. So I am just fully sweating again. So I'm going to go and have to change my shirt again because I'm so exhausted. But yeah, that's kind of the current update. Just trying to rest this week. But yeah, lots going on. My poor body just has so much happening. So talk to you soon. More updates next week.